Hi guys, and welcome back to today's video and to Rainbow Tarot UK. If you've seen any of my other videos, then thanks ever so much for watching. If you're new, then welcome. And today's reading, we are doing something that I really want to do, because I think it's something that kind of universally, most people probably don't do enough of, and that is to celebrate ourselves, really, to blow our own trumpet, to revel in what's what is lovely about us, what people love about us, what stands out about us. And that is the title of today's video. It's what do people love about you, and why do you stand out? And as you can see in front of you, there are three piles: pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So pile 1 is the indigo colour card with the this kind of really lovely blue stone that I'm hoping you're going to be able to see. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's got lots of different shades of blue in it. So that goes with the indigo card, pile number 1. Pile number 2 is the brown ray, which I'm hoping you can see there with that gorgeous green little shoot there. It's really cute. And it goes with this purple amethyst. Gorgeous little purple amethyst there. So that's pile number 2. And pile number 3 is the gold ray, which I'm hoping you're going to be able to see there, the gold ray. And that comes with this little cute green heart, a pendant heart there that goes with the gold ray. Okay, so those are your 3 piles. Just give you a moment to choose, and I'll see you back in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. So you chose the beautiful indigo ray, and underneath it says improve your vision. Okay, and you also chose this gorgeous blue stone, so I'm just going to put that there. I'm going to put my rainbow, my beautiful little rainbow candle holder there. So let's put our indigo cards down, and let's do our other tarot cards. So we have got the Judgment card. Okay. We have got the 9 of Wands. We have got the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands. And we have got the 7 of Wands. There you go. Okay, so let me just give me a moment, really, just to kind of connect in, really, and see what's happening in this reading, just for a moment. Okay. So what I'm seeing straight away, and what people I think really notice about you and love about you, is that you seem to me to be an incredibly strong person, both externally and internally. Because what I see here, we have the, I'm just going to move those around actually, so these two are next to each other. We have the 9 of Wands and we have the 7 of Wands. And these cards indicate someone who is able to stand their ground, somebody who is able to stand up for themselves, to face challenges. All the wands around them are the challenges, but to remain steadfast and on top of them. So I think people in the 3D world, in the world that we can see, hear, taste, touch, smell, that kind of world, I think people really see that you are not a pushover, and that you are able to stand up for yourself, speak your mind, you know, ward off anyone who's trying to, you know, interfere with your, you know, your stuff, whatever you've got going on, or your sense of balance, and come out on top. So this is somebody who's able to stand their ground, speak their mind, and come out on top. And that is what people love and admire and respect in you. I think pile number one, that you are somebody that commands and gets a lot of respect because of this external strength that you have, this clear sense of your boundaries, knowing what you won't and won't put up with, and being able to hold firm, hold fast in any situation and come out on top, come out the winner. That's what I see here. I think actually that you, pile number one, you've got probably, if you're not already a leader, you've potentially got a lot of leadership abilities. You know, you naturally draw people to you. You're also probably, and I think this is something that people like about you as well, is that you stick up for others. You're a defender of the underdog. And I think people really like that about you, because that also shows that you have a very kind nature. So you're kind, you're caring, you're great in a crisis. And I think that people love that about you as well, because you're able to really manage a crisis well, and people can rely on you in a crisis. They know that they're with you. You know, if I was stuck on a desert island with you, pile number one, I think I'd probably be in very good hands, because I think you'd be able to definitely, you know, ward off any wild animals, protect us, you know, sort out shelter, get everything going. And if there were other people on the island, you'd probably be a great leader. So I think that's what people love about you externally. That is that kind of external strength that they love, that they can rely on, that they can depend on. You're probably a great parent. You're probably, you know, really there for your kids. You've sort of got a great backbone, if you like. So you display all that externally in the external world. But as well as external strength, you 100% have internal strength as well. And that is where your real strength comes from. Because, you know, we can seem very strong on the outside world. You know, we can act confidently. We can, you know, have all these outward signs of strength. But on the inside, maybe we don't feel so confident. But you definitely have an internal confidence, really. And that means that you exude calmness in that strength. So that's what also people love about you. That's why I said you're calm in a crisis, because you are connected, if you like. Indigo is the ray of the 6th chakra, the 3rd eye. So you are connected very much to your internal world, you know, the world behind your eye, if you like. You are connected to spirit. You might meditate. You might do other practices that just allow you to go inward, where you find your real sense of balance and strength. You might be quite, you probably are quite psychic. You might be clairvoyant, because this is a card of vision. So you've probably got all those gifts, if you like, that connect you. Well, we've all got those gifts, but you are more tapped into yours, I think, and it allows you to know that you are guided, that you are protected, that you are looked after by the universe, and that that gives you a sort of an internal kind of knowing and a trust that you will be protected, that everything will be all right, and that you are, you know, that you are strong. You feel strong in that, and that really comes across, and that's why people love you, because they kind of know really that you are this kind of strong person, and that they can, you know, they feel very, very calm in your presence, probably, and very protected in your presence, and that you yourself nourish yourself, because that might be a lot of responsibilities and burdens for you. You might have a lot of responsibilities and burdens, but you actually nurture and nourish yourself internally because you practice a lot of self-love and you're connected to spirit, and you know that spirit is there for you, backing you, behind you and supporting you, and that's why you have the indigo ray. And it also goes quite nicely with the judgment card, because again, this is a card of somebody who just has an inner knowing, knows what their truth is not afraid to speak their truth, to speak their mind. That truth comes from an internal place, really. They've probably, you know, gone through a bit of a rebirth, or they've gone through a time where they've reassessed, and now they're in a new situation and they're happy to speak their truth, to voice what's important to them, to you know, that's why the trumpet is there, to kind of let everybody know about it. And they're not shy about that because they are confident in that. They are confident in what is important to them, and they are going to go for it, and they're going to let everyone know that they're going to go for it. And that's another reason why people like you, because you know, you, in terms of communication as well, you know, you're great at communicating you know, what is important to you, and you're probably actually a very good you know, you're probably really good at persuading others and convincing others, because you've got a sort of a charisma as well about that. You know, you can persuade others and convince others, and that's what I see in this card. And there's a kind of rising up, you know, I feel like you're kind of rising up really, and people can really see that about you, and that you have a very strong just a very strong presence all round. You've got a real kind of air about you, and people are just drawn to you. People just love you. Now, although I was saying, you know, we've talked a lot about external strength and internal strength, and just knowing how to look after yourself and being on a path and being clear about that path and being vocal about that path. But it isn't all. You know, there is a lot of lightness to your character as well, because you've got the Four of Wands, and that's what people love about you too, because actually you're an incredibly social person. You love to have parties, you love to be with your friends and family, you love to celebrate, you love to have a good time, you know when to go on holiday, when to just let your hair down really, and that makes you very social and very approachable, and people love that about you. I suspect you've probably got quite a few friends, or a good circle of friends. This card shows a little home, a little cottage, a little homestead in the middle of the Four Wands. So I would say you've probably got a really nice house. It's probably very welcoming and warm, and people love going there. But it's also probably a little bit of a haven for you, a little bit of a sanctuary for you. But you like to have people around, you like to have company, and people love going to you. They love going and being with you and spending time with you, because you're fun, because you are, you know, you're a good time. You are, you know, you are good to be around. You're generous. You probably put on, like I say, you probably put on great parties, great dinner parties, and people love spending time with you. Because you have this very sort of fun, kind of quirky side almost, and they really like that about you. So that has been your reading, pile number 1. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please press the like button, subscribe, and then hit the notifications bell, and then you will be notified of any future readings that I might do going forward. Otherwise, have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye. Hi, pile number 2, and welcome back to your reading. Now, you chose the brown ray with this lovely little green shoot, and you chose a little amethyst pendant, which is also very sweet, gorgeous colour. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that pendant there so that you can see it, and I'm going to put your brown card down here, and I'm going to get your cards that I've already pre-shuffled that are here. Okay, here they are. Okay, Okay, so I'm going to put that so that we can see that. Okay, so we have got the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles there. We have got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. We have got the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands. And let's just move that over there actually. We can still see it. And last but not least, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. Okay, so today we're looking, aren't we, at what people love about you and what makes you stand out. So let's just have a little look at the cards, a little think about them. Okay. So first of all, what I see in these cards is that you are, and what I think people really recognise in you is that you are extremely hard working. You are a very hard working person, willing to go the extra mile to get the job done. You're very reliable, and you are very committed. This is somebody who is really interested and focused, particularly in their work, but just generally in life. They're a very steadfast, loyal, reliable, hard-working, down-to-earth person. And I really see that as being something that people really love and admire about you. They know that they can rely on you. You are somebody that is kind of like the salt of the earth character, somebody that will be there through thick and thin, because you also have other pentacles, and that is it's a very sort of, it's connected to the kind of 3D world, the material world. You are very, it kind of reminds me, I wouldn't be surprised, particularly the brown card, there's a lot of earth energy in this reading. So if you're into astrology, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, you're one of the earth signs of Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo. It has a lot of earth energy in this reading. So certainly a lot of those characteristics that I was saying, you are extremely somebody that, you know, is just great to have on it's great to have in a workplace, great to have on a team, great, probably a great parent as well, really there for their kids, really dependable, you know, just a wonderful steadfast, loyal, reliable individual. And those qualities are actually, you know, fantastic really in anyone. So I think that's what a lot of people like about you. But so although you work very hard and you like to you know, acquire, you know, you like to acquire wealth, and that's great, there's nothing wrong with that, we all need that. And you know, you're probably very good at, you're probably actually very good with money. And that's another thing. You probably can, you know, you're probably very good with money, and people, you know, can see that you are very stable and, you know, somebody who has got a good head on their shoulders in terms of money management and making sure that everything is taken care of financially. You know, you're very solvent, I would think. But you're also someone who's incredibly generous, and that's the other thing that really stands out about you. You are very, very generous natured, not just with money, but with your spirit, your soul, if you like, you're a very generous, kind person. You like to give to others. It's a good, you know, you know that you have more than enough, and you are happy to give what you can to help people that are less fortunate. This is something that people see about you, you know, and they really admire and respect that about you, because you're not, you know, you're not in any way miserly. You love to be able to both have wealth, but also to be able to give wealth to others, and to, you know, to share with others and to give out to others. And that is also really important about you, and that makes you just a very generous, kind, caring, person, and people love that. You know, they love that about you, and who wouldn't really, because that's a fantastic quality to have, to be able to help other people that are less fortunate than yourself. I think that's amazing. Now with the brown ray, and on the bottom it says establish boundaries. Now immediately when you look at this card, you know, you immediately see the earth, and you immediately see the little plant growing, and I feel that what, again, it sort of leads me to believe that you are probably, you know, very much in touch with nature and Mother Earth, and all kind of like earthy. You have a lot of earthy, those kind of earthy qualities. So you're very rooted, and you're very boundaried, and you know, you're a sort of no nonsense kind of a person, really. But I also think you have a love of nature and a love of the natural world. So you love plants, animals, and I think that people, again, that's the real expression of kindness, isn't it? Because you are kind to the planet, you are kind to the animal kingdom. There is a kindness there, a real warmth towards those things, and I think people really like that about you, because you know, if people are kind to the planet and they're kind to animals, then they're usually a pretty kind, nice person to be around, aren't they? Because they care, because they have empathy, because you know, the world in which we live, the physical world in which we live, is something that needs to be looked after, it needs to be protected, and you get that. You really, really get that, and people admire that about you. They admire the fact that you know, you care about the planet, you care where the planet's going, you care what's happening to all the endangered species, and all, you know, all the animal kingdoms, and the, you know, the ecosystems and everything that we need to on the planet. You really do care about that, and that is, you know, that's impressive. And I think a lot of people do love that about you, and maybe wish that they could be a little bit more like that. So, you know, you might go on a lot of marches, you might be involved in Greenpeace, you might be a vegetarian or a vegan, or, you know, you might have lots of pets. You know, you're that kind of person which kind of oozes, the kind of person that kind of oozes empathy and care for the natural world, really. And also, but as well as that, you're also very personally able to have personal boundaries. So although you're a great worker and you can be relied upon, you're not a pushover. Yeah, so you're not a pushover, and you're more than capable of saying, yeah, no. You're more than capable of saying no to certain things. You are more than capable of being able to do that. So you'll go the extra mile, you'll do everything you can within your power, you're reliable, steadfast, loyal, everything, but you know, you also care about yourself, and you have very strong personal boundaries, and people know that about you. So once again, they know where they stand with you, and that's important. A lot of people like that, a lot of people love that in anyone, but particularly in you, because they know what they can and can't do. It brings security and stability to people, doesn't it? If you're consistent, and you know, you have consistent boundaries, then people know exactly what to expect with you, and it's very clear. You know, there's none of these. You're not a person where there's any mind games going on. Pile number 2. You're very clear and consistent in the way you are and in your personality. Now we have the 10 of Wands, and that tells me, so the 10 of Wands is normally, there's lots of things going on for somebody. There's lots of things. They might be carrying lots of different things. And I do feel that you carry lots of different things. But in this particular spread, I think people love the fact that you can juggle so many different projects, so many different things, and do it successfully. All these wands are standing up straight and strong and firm. So you have lots of different things going on. You have lots of different projects. You might have lots of different hobbies, lots of different work interests. You might have lots going on at home, but you can manage it all, and people respect that. They think, my goodness, if only I was able to do half of what pile number 2 can do, then I would be happy. So, you know, you have the ability and the strength to be able to manage lots of different things, juggle lots of different plates in the air, and keep it all going. Keep it all going whilst maintaining your boundaries, and whilst you know, being you know, remaining consistent, being even keeled and calm. And that's what people, I think, is marvellous about you, that you have that kind of inner strength to be able to do that. But we also have the Two of Cups, which tells me that you are a brilliant friend. I would say that you are, and that's what people love the fact that you are a bit like, you know, we were saying about, you know, your care for the natural world, for the earth. You also have a very strong care and affection for your friends, for your family, for your partner. You're probably a great partner. You are someone that people can talk to very, very, very easily. You are not judgmental. People that, and immediately when somebody isn't judgmental, people can relax. They can trust that what they say, you know, won't be criticised or taken the wrong way. You'll hear them. They'll feel listened to. They will feel like you're really giving them your time and your energy. And that's really what we all want, don't we? You know, when we're with a friend, we want to feel that they are really there for us, and hopefully we're really there for them. And I kind of get the sense that, you know, you've got lots of kind of good relationships going on in your life, but the people in your life really love you because you are just a fantastic friend, probably a fantastic parent, lover, brother, sister, all of those things, because you have this really empathic or empathetic nature and ability to get on, probably to get on with most people. You know, you're able to get on with most people, you're able to emotionally connect with most people. You've probably got a very high sense of emotional intelligence, and you know, you can really tap in and tune in to emotions. You're probably pretty sensitive to moods and how people are feeling, and I think that just makes you a really good listener and a good confidant and a good friend, and people love that about you. Because that's rare. Pile number 2, it's very rare to get that. It's rare to get somebody who is able to listen to us and give us all of themselves, all of their time, you know, to be really present in the moment with us. To have a friend like that is really rare, but you do offer that to the people in your life. So that is your reading, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press the subscribe button and the like button. Click on the notifications bell so that you can be alerted to whatever readings I might be uploading in the future. And I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome back to your reading. And you chose the gold ray. And underneath that it says attract abundance. Attract abundance. And then you also shows the little green pendant. So the little pendant there. So I'm going to put that over there so that we can see it. Actually, I might put it here so that you can see it in the reading. Okay, so I'm going to lay that one down. I'm going to have my little rainbow actually here next to my green heart. There we go. So we've got the gold card. I've got some of the other cards here that I shuffled before. So we have got the first one, which is, okay, so we've got the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. We have got the Empress. Okay, so we'll put that there. Right. We have got, okay, so the 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. We have got Page of Cups. Page of Cups. And then we have got, oh, I think what happened, yeah, I think the reason you've actually this pile's got one more card extra than the other piles. I think it was because when I was shuffling, two flipped out, and I just thought it was important to put them in here. So you've got an extra card, your pile. And the last card is the Six of Swords. Okay, so Six of Swords. So let me just get a bit of a sense of these cards. That's okay. Just tune them a little bit. Right, okay, so I mean, when you're talking about a reading, and obviously this reading is, you know, what do people love about you, and what makes you stand out. I mean, the fact is that you've got the Empress, pile number 3, in your reading. Now, I mean, the Empress is someone who just, well, first of all, I mean, they are extremely attractive physically. So they've got a real presence physically. People really find them beautiful to look at. They are attractive. They are, you know, they just walk into a room and everyone is going to be looking at them. So I think the first thing people love about you, definitely, or the first thing that they notice without a doubt, because you couldn't not notice it, is the fact that you are physically probably very attractive to other people. Very easy on the eye, very beautiful. You also, within that, so although it's the archetypal mother figure, if you like, within the tarot deck, and we'll come back to those qualities in a minute, what I would say is that you exude, I mean literally exude, a sort of sensuality, if you like, a real, you know, somebody who's really able to appreciate the senses, really. So, you know, and I think that that's what people love about you as well, because you just, you know, you take a lot of care in how you look, in how you smell, in, you know, you've probably got a beautiful voice. It's all that kind of thing, you know, you really have that, you know, the way you dress, the way you take care of yourself, it's probably all very, it has, you know, you've probably got very, the materials that you use, the colours that you use, it's all very sensual and it's all very well put together. But at the same time, you're also probably, you know, quite down to earth, quite earthy in nature. You're very connected to, you know, maybe you are a mother, maybe you are, you know, maybe you have, you know, you have those kinds of qualities as well. So you're sort of caring, nurturing, loving. People love to be around you because you probably look after them a lot. You know, this is somebody that really likes to look after others, really likes to nurture others, really loves taking care of others. So, you know, I'm sure if you had guests over, you'd be a brilliant host. You know, you'd be catering to their every need. You know, you love to be out in nature. All those kinds of things make you very attractive to other people because they, you know, it's very welcoming and warm and loving to be around somebody like that, that just, you know, makes you feel so at home and cares for you and looks after you and nurtures you. They also love your creativity because obviously as the Empress, you know, you're fertile, you're creative, and you are able to, you know, show that creativity. So you might be quite artistic, you might be quite crafty, you might, not crafty in the sneaky sense, but crafty in that you like, you know, you like to do things, you know, you like to make things with your hands. You're a painter, maybe a sewer, maybe you embroider, you know, you've got all of those skills really, and I think people just love that element to you, that you are actually just very creative, and also just very fun to be around. You know, you're relaxed, you are, you know, like I say, probably a great host. You probably run, you know, probably throw great parties. You know, you're just a really great person to be around, and also probably just a good listener as well. You know, as a mother, if you're the archetypal mother figure, you're probably a great, you know, like I say, a great carer, a great listener, somebody who really makes someone else feel valued and nurtured and has a lot of warmth to them. So those are probably lots of things that you've got about you that people really love about you, pile number 2. Plus the fact that you also have the gold ray. Now the gold ray, at the bottom it says attract abundance. So in a way the Empress does kind of exude abundance in lots of ways. You know, an abundance of beauty, an abundance of creativity, an abundance of sensuality. You know, she's a very abundant figure. So she goes very well with the gold ray, which talks about, because he's also somebody that likes a comfortable life. You know, they're happy to have a comfortable life. So gold is about attracting. You can attract wealth with gold, with the gold card or with the gold ray, but it's also about being a bit of a healer. It has healing qualities, the gold ray. So I think the Empress as well is a little bit of a healer, you know, because she has so much connection to the natural world. She, you know, she probably knows about all the healing properties and qualities of the plants and herbs and whatever, you know, all that kind of stuff. She has all that knowledge, and she has a healing ability just by her presence, because she is so loving and caring and kind. So she goes very well with the gold, and also she likes a comfortable life. So those two go very well. So I'm actually going to put them next to each other like that. Now, what I would say is that you also, I think the reason what people also like about you is that you've got a couple of cards that show swords in here. Now, swords is very much about planning, thinking, processing information. So I would say that people like the fact that you can, you know, you've got a good mind. That's what I would say, part number 3. So as well as being very beautiful and attractive, you have a very good mind, and you are able to analyse and process information very well, and you're probably a very good communicator. I would also say that, you know, people around you probably can see that you've had, you know, despite all your many qualities and abilities, you know, you might have had some tough situations in your life, with the 10 of Swords, where, you know, you have maybe felt a bit low, or you know, things haven't gone your way. But what they love about you is that you've been able to rise up from that, get out of that situation, and move into calmer waters. So you've been able to get up, dust yourself down, and move along, really. And you actually want that. You know, you don't want to be, you don't like conflict, and definitely with the Empress, you know, you don't like conflict. You want to be in situations that are peaceful and harmony, and that's what people like about you. Because at the end of the day, you know, we don't really want to be around people that are sort of argumentative and difficult and, you know, hard to get along with, or unapproachable or defensive. We want to be around people, you know, that are a little bit more balanced and harmonious, because then we relax and we then can be ourselves as well. So I think people love that about you. They love the fact that you're a peace lover, that you like to do things peacefully, that you're calm, and that you have the strength, the internal strength, even when times get tough, to get up, dust yourself down, and move on. And that's what, you know, that's what they've probably seen you do a number of times, and they really admire that about you. They really love that about you. We can also see from the 8 of Cups, what they also love about you is that you're very hardworking. And again, we see this woman here shining her pentacles, and, you know, it's the feeling of, you know, somebody who's wanting to build and create and do well at work in particular, and is willing to put the hours in, is willing to put in the work to get to where they want to be. And people love that about you. They love the fact that you're hardworking, that you're reliable, that you can be depended on, and that you, you know, that you've got your feet on the ground, really. You're pretty grounded here. And you, you know, you're probably somebody who's great to have in any workplace or in any team, you know, because you are willing to put those hours in to get the job done. So that's also something that they really like about you. That they think that you have a great work ethic, and they see that you work very hard for what you've got, and that they are admiring of that because you know, they know that you put the hours in to get that. So that's the 8 of coins. Now what we have here as well is the Page of Cups, and again it kind of goes with the Empress. It has that same sort of quality of being somebody who is emotionally, I would say, just quite emotionally, as well as all this stuff, you know, they're quite emotionally quite light-hearted. You know, they're not, I mean, you're somebody who has the ability certainly to connect with somebody else emotionally, certainly to be a good friend and to be there for people emotionally, and to you know, provide a good kind of listening ear. But you have a kind of lightness to you as well, so you're quite fun-loving, and you know, you are good in social, I think in social situations you're quite good, so people like having you around, because they know that as well as being you know, reliable, dependable, you know, a good listener, somebody that they can really talk to, you're also quite fun, and quite light-hearted and quite light-spirited, and they love that about you, really. They love the fact that you've got that kind of fun-loving energy. So that was your reading, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do press the like button, press the subscribe button, and hit the notifications bell, because then you can be alerted to all the videos that I might be uploading in the future. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.